Friends, and welcome back to Step Up CBSE Class 5 EVS Chapter 1 Super Senses. Now in the previous modules we have learned all about the super sense of hearing, smell, sight. Now in this module we are going to see how animals make use of their super senses and can detect danger which will protect them in the forest or in their environment. Alright, so let's go. This is an alarm call. So before we start with page 9, we will just look at some additional information here about an alarm call. An alarm call is nothing but a warning cry or sound made by a bird or animal when they are startled or when they sense any danger. Now, how can they sense some danger? It is because they have these super senses of sight, smell, or hearing. So maybe they hear something or see something or smell a predator coming near them, and then they start giving out a special warning sound. Okay, and when suppose one of the group member sees something, usually a predator, it will give an alarm call. And what will happen is the other group members are warned and they will move away from it. Now it is in the jungle, if suppose one animal starts giving an alarm call, not only its group members but even other animals, they understand the call and they start moving ahead. Now here I'm going to play an alarm call of a langur monkey in the jungles. Okay, and if once the langur monkey gives an alarm call, there is a deer nearby which hears the call, and even it starts warning or giving out a alarm call. Now listen closely to these calls. Did you hear that? There was one distinct alarm call given by the langur monkey, and the second one was made by a deer which was nearby. So like this, not only the langur monkey but also deers help out each other and warn each other about a danger. So sounds that can send messages. High up on the tree, langur monkey warns the others of the danger like a tiger or leopard, and it gives a special warning call. Now birds also have alarm calls for different type of danger. In fact, they have a different kind of sound for an enemy that is coming from the sky or enemy that is coming from the ground. And like birds and animals, even fishes give alarm call by sending out electric signal. All right, now let's move ahead. Now, just like animals make a special sound if they sense a danger from other animal in their environment, they also start behaving differently if they sense any danger that is coming from the or some natural calamity or from Earth's crust, like an earthquake or a storm. If it is coming, they start behaving naturally in a different way. And what people can observe this animal behavior, and then they can also come to know about the danger in advance, right? So why do people observe animals? Is because we have seen so far that animals have better senses, so they can come to know the danger much before we humans can detect it. Now here is a short note about how in December 2004, the tribe people of Andaman Islands, they noticed that the animals were behaving differently, and they immediately guessed that there is some danger. And what they did was they quickly moved to a safer part of an island. And yes, soon enough, there was a tsunami that came to the island, but these people were saved because they observed these animals. Now, here again, we will look at some additional information. Now, why do they behave differently? We have already said that because they have a super sense which can sense even the smallest change in the environment. Like for example, dogs can smell the gases that are coming out of the earth's crust before a earthquake, or rats and snakes and weasels, they can sense the smallest vibrations that start before there is an earthquake, isn't it? And most animals will try to go for a higher ground or go away from the beach whenever there is a tsunami. All right, now let's move ahead. Now, it is also observed by scientists that animals have their own language. Now, they have a sound that they make for dangers, but not only regarding dangers, they also have a sound, some special sounds they make for their own as part of their language. For example, we see a mother tiger or tigress calling out to her cubs, so she will make a different sound in that case, right? So dolphins also, they make different sounds to give messages to each other, and we based upon this we have to think and write if we can understand sounds of some animals and which animals can understand our language. So yes, just by hearing sound we can understand so many animals, isn't it? We can identify dog, cat, horse, many more just by listening to their sound. And these animals can be trained to understand certain commands by the way we speak. Okay, so yes, we can understand animals just by the sound that they make, and similarly, animals can also be trained to understand our commands. Now, here is a fun activity. Now, we have to make our own language based only upon certain sounds, or maybe a whistling sound, or just sound that you make with your mouth. Okay, so and we have to communicate with each other, and it is really fun to have some unique and special language between friends, isn't it? So to give alarm calls, like for example if teacher is coming or your mother is coming, so you can use your own special language, isn't it? We have seen all about how animals communicate, but now we are going to see a different concept about sleeping and waking up of animals. Now, some animals, it is observed that they go into long, deep sleep into certain seasons, and they may not be seen for many months. And especially, this is true with lizards. Now, have you noticed that during a cold season, you cannot see any lizards in the house? And where do they think they have gone? So yes, in lizards are less visible during cold season, and why is so? The reason is they are cold-blooded animals. Means what? They cannot control their body temperature on their own. So if it gets really cold outside or really hot inside, what will happen is these animals will also get very cold. The body will get very cold. So what happens is during colder months, lizards, they find a warm place like small gaps between walls or some corner where they can go and hide and mostly sleep during the winter. So in especially in the months of December, January, February, when it gets really cold, you will see hardly any lizards in the house or outside your house walls. You'll hardly see them. Now this sleeping during winter is called as hibernation. Now this is a new word. It's called as hibernation, and there another example of hibernation is bears. But like these lizards, they sleep inside the house or near the some gap or something during winter months. What happens is in the summer, exactly opposite thing happens, isn't it? In summers, you will see that. There are many lizards, or you'll observe that there are many lizards on the wall of your house near AC, or in this they can come inside your house, and that is again because they are cold-blooded animal. In summers it gets really hot, and that they cannot control their body temperature. But our house is cold because we put on fans or AC, so it is cold inside. So they tend to come inside the house. All right. Okay, now on textbook page 11, they have given us some information about a sloth bear. Now, sloth bear, it spends almost 17 hours sleeping while hanging upside down a tree. So mostly, and if you have seen a sloth bear, it is really slow in its movement, and most of the time it is sleeping 17 hours out of 24, and it eats leaves of the same tree on which it lives, and it hardly needs anything else. So just by eating leaves every day, it will survive. And once it has eaten enough leaves from one tree, it will move to the nearby tree. Now they live for 40 years, and in that 40 years time, they move only around 8 trees, and they come once a week down to relieve themselves, or to go for potty, they will come down only once a week. So that is how slow they are. Now we will also see some additional fun facts. Now because they are so slow and they are sleeping most of the time, what happens is, in the fur, in sloth bear's fur, you will see smaller insects like moths or beetles or cockroaches, and even fungi and algae, they grow on the sloth. Now this algae, if it is a green colored algae, what happens is it gives the sloth bear a good camouflage. Means that it because the tree color, leaf color is green, and the sloth bear fur also becomes green, the predator, it is not easy for them to see which is a sloth bear and which is the tree leaf. And then they have really sharp claws to hold on to the tree branches and also protect themselves from any predator that has come to harm them. Okay, so this is all about sloth bear. Like for sloth bear, if we have to show its daily routine, like how much it was awake and how much it was sleeping in a 24-hour clock, because it sleeps for more than 17 to 18 hours, we'll have to show that it is sleeping most of the time and only 6 hours it is awake. So how will we show a clock for a house lizard? Now we said that a house lizard in winter months, especially, it is sleeping for almost entire time. So we'll have to show that the entire 24 hours is gray. It was sleeping for entire 24 hours. Now here is another few examples about cow which sleeps for 4 hours, python which again sleeps for 18 hours, a giraffe which sleeps for 2 hours only, and cat which sleeps for 12 hours, and 12 hours it is awake. Now we have looked at so many different animals, and obviously you must be having so many questions about these animals. So you can form any 10 such questions and list them here. For example, when do they sleep, or what do they eat, where do they live, do they have a language to communicate, how do they come to know about their danger, isn't it? So make a list of 10 such questions and you can write them here. We have come to an end of this module. Now let's quickly summarize. Now we saw that using their senses, animal can adapt to their environment to keep them safe. Now with the help of their sound or hearing or smelling or listen or sight, they come to know if there is any danger, and the animal can be safe in its environment. They can sense dangers of natural calamities also, not only if there is any predator but also natural calamities, and often show strange behaviors which humans can observe and come to know about the danger. Now many animals have a unique language or sound to communicate. They give a certain sound when there is a predator. They make a certain sound while talking with each other. Okay, and some animals sleep during winter months to preserve energy, and this is called, as we saw the new word, hibernation. With this, we have come to the end of this module. Thank you for listening, and if you liked this video, please click on like and subscribe to the channel because there are many more such videos which are coming soon. Thank you.